All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do one more video before the year end, but I thought, well, I'll get one more in. I have picked up some vinyl recently, so again, with the end of a decade, as ABBA sings in the song "Happy New Year," although they're talking about the end of the '80s in that song. But my gosh, end of a decade. It's going to be 2020, so I'll take this opportunity to wish you and yours a very happy New Year. So yeah, I did pick up some vinyl, so let's take a look at it. First couple are reissues. Right off the bat, I think Chris has shown this on Blues Guy Vinyl channel. Buddy Guy, first time I met the blues. And this is early recordings from 1958 to 1963. Vinyl Lovers, 180 gram. And this is absolutely terrific from start to finish. Buddy Guy, early recordings. And if you haven't checked out Steve Carlson's video, where he was in Chicago at Buddy Guy's Legends Club. Buddy Guy was there performing. Steve was able to meet Buddy Guy, get some autographs on some albums. So check out Steve Carlson's video about that. Very cool. So Buddy Guy, first time I met the blues, really terrific. Okay, and another reissue. This is the band Nectar, prog rock stuff. I can't remember if this is their seventh or eighth album, but this generally is not too bad. I like Nectar overall. This maybe is not one of my favorite Nectar albums. This is called Magic is a Child. And I guess a fun fact for you, the model for this, the artwork here, the model was reportedly Brooke Shields. This came out in 1977. So there you go, Nectar. Enjoyable album though overall, and finally was able to get my hands on a copy. I missed out on original copy, but finally have televisions in terms of a Marquee Moon in my collection. Finally, this is a reissue, so this is not an early press original copy, but what can be said? This is just a terrific album. I missed out on an original copy. I had reserved it from a record seller, but then he sold it to somebody else. So, but then he spotted this reissue and let me know about it. So that was good. So again, just great. This is a 180 gram reissue. What was kind of nice too for the reissue for the. For the price code or the universal price code, it was just a sticker that was on it, so I was able to take that off, which is kind of nice. Because that is the downside with many reissues when they have the price codes there. It is what it is. But happy to finally pick up television. I've been eyeing that one for a long time. Okay, and here are some Boxing Week sales. In my town, a lot of the stores are actually closed for Boxing Day. Certainly some of the bigger cities, obviously, they have big Boxing Day sales the day after Christmas, but then they kind of turn it into, instead of Boxing Day, Boxing Week sales is what they call them. So in one of my local record shops, Diamond Dogs Vinyl, they had a Boxing Week sale through the weekend where it was, for used vinyl, it was 33 and a third% off. So I thought that was pretty good. So I picked up a few albums that I wouldn't have normally picked up. Really happy to pick up Stiff Records Live, or Stiff Live as this is called. This is from artists that were featured on Stiff Records back in the 70s, including, what a list. This is all live stuff. So you got Ian Dury and the Blockheads, Nick Lowe's Last Chicken in the Shop, featuring Dave Edmunds, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Reckless Eric and the New Rockets, and Larry Wallace Psychedelic Rowdies. So that's the listing of the bands, and this is all live stuff. Rocks from start to finish. Really happy to pick this up. I've always liked this cover. I remember that when this album came out, it was a friend of mine who had it, in which I never had a copy on my own on Stiff Records, and yeah, it's great. Really happy to pick that one up. And also happy to pick up Hawkwind. This is In Search of Space, Hawkwind. And it's in nice condition. I won't show you the back because it features their lady dancer, shall we say. But this is their second or third album, Hawkwind in Search of Space, and generally it's in good condition, so it kind of opens up like this, and then like that. I'll do this as gingerly as I can, or as easily as I can. And Hawkwind was always really creative for their first album, so then it opens up. I can do this also. I'll put the album just kind of is placed inside, and then the inside like this. Space rock at its finest. There's such a raw energy to this band, Hawkwind. Now, Lenny hadn't joined the band as of yet on bass. Lenny, of course, later of Motorhead fame. But yeah, Space rock at its finest. Love it. So really happy to pick this up. Oh, yep. And it's like refolding a road map back in the day. So Hawkwind. Okay, what else have we got here? Also picked this up as part of the Boxing Week sale. I've always been a fan of Billy Bragg. Didn't have this one. Talking with the Taxman About Poetry. This is English folk rock at its finest from the 80s. Billy Bragg. I've always enjoyed his music. Saw him once in concert in Kitchener-Waterloo at I think it was the University of Waterloo back in the 80s, and it was just pretty much a straight solo act. He's on stage with either electric guitar or acoustic guitar. In terms of, I've always enjoyed his political songs. He's very overtly political on his albums, but I think Billy Bragg is at his finest when he's talking about like dealing with love songs or songs about relationships. I never get tired of hearing the first track, Greetings to the New Brunette. Beautiful song. And Levi Stubbs' Tears is another great song. But then you have, of course, There Is Power in a Union, Help Save the Youth of America. He does a lot of very political songs. But Billy Bragg, still going strong. English folk rock from the 80s. I thought that was a great title, Talking with the Taxman About Poetry. And striking cover, too. Okay, what else have we got? Finally picked up Jethro Tull, Stormwatch on vinyl. I've shown you the Stormwatch box set that was released recently, and I've always enjoyed that cover. And boy, on vinyl, you know, with of course the bigger size covers, you just really take in the detail on the cover, the snow in the beard. In terms of, the birds in the background here, the detail in the binoculars, the detail in the hair and the jacket. That's where vinyl covers. You can't beat them. But yeah, an enjoyable album overall for sure. Jethro Tull, Stormwatch. Okay, and here's another one picked up. Graham Nash and David Crosby. This features the track Immigration Man, still relevant then as it is now, for sure. This is another interesting one for its display or its gatefold. So it opens up like this, and then how does that work? Oh, yes. So it opens up this way and then down like this, is it? Oh, or just across. There we go. And then I thought, did it do something else? Or yeah, okay. So it's just across like that. I thought maybe it opened up a different way, but there you go. And then the record just slips inside here like that. And it also included the sleeve, which is very nice. So yeah, an enjoyable record overall. Certainly Immigration Man, a great track there. Okay, and Grand Funk live album, seen many times. Finally picked up a copy that actually has the poster. I can't tell you how often I have seen this without the poster. So here is the great poster for Grand Funk. And it is a good size, nice vinyl size poster. I don't know if I can get that all in there for you. But Grand Funk rockin' hard with their live album. Always enjoyable. Grand Funk. Okay. And also picked up as part of the Boxing Week sale, we got Golden Earring. And this is the album To the Hilt. Now the back cover is a little worn there, but it does include the insert. I always thought that, I believe this is a Hypnosis cover, but I always thought the cover was kind of cool. And this does have the insert, which is nice, so you have that as well. And yeah, Golden Earring from the Netherlands, always great. Always like picking up Golden Earring albums. You don't see them often, but enough. And yeah, picked up Rory Gallagher's Against the Grain. Man, this is a rockin' album from start to finish. When I picked it up, Wayne from Diamond Dogs Vinyl said this is a great album, and he's absolutely right. Rory Gallagher, or Gallagher, Against the Grain. Really, really great. The thing is, with Rory albums, I'm finding they're really kind of bumping up in price a lot. So again, with the sale, I was able to pick this one up. Really enjoyed. Okay, and here is a thrift store buy. With all of that, we will end with Dino, Desi, and Billy. So this was famous kids, at least in terms of these two. This was Dean Martin's son, who tragically died in a plane crash. I think it was a military maneuvers plane crash. He died in 1987, I believe. And this is Desi, as in Desi and Lucy's son. Desi Arnaz. And so this is their album, I'm a Fool. This has the hits Not the Lovin' Kind and I'm a Fool were the big hits from this. And when those were hits, these kids weren't even yet 15 years old. It's a lot of covers on here. They do Satisfaction, Mr. Tambourine Man, Like a Rolling Stone. But overall, for like pure pop from like 1965. This is pretty good. And this is on the Reprise label, which was Frank Sinatra's label. And of course, Dean Martin was on it as well. So it's got the classic Reprise label. So there you go. So we'll wrap up 2019 with this rocket album. So that's going to do it for me. Again, Happy New Year to you and yours. And we'll chat again soon. Take care.